Okay, so I'm using, it's theatrical makeup, literally because I don't wear foundation, and the reason I don't wear foundation is because it's bad for your skin. But I will still show you how to layer up with it. So you start from the centre of your face and you blend outwards, and this is your base colour. So this isn't your main colour, this is your base colour. Your base colour has to match your skin tone. Any change in skin tone that you want to add in will be with kind of a bronzer or something like that. Always match your own skin tone. So. I hate wearing this stuff. I feel like a clown. And don't mind my strap marks from when the sun was out. I don't wear bras when I'm at home. And it works. So the one I'm using at the minute is water based, which it makes it a bit easier to get off. But you can obviously use your fixing powder, which makes it last the night if you were going out. But yeah, it's a little bit better for you as well. Stops spots, stops greasiness. Okay. Now something some people do, some people don't. This personal preference is you can put your makeup on your lips, like foundation on your lips. So if you do have thin lips and you tend to draw the lipstick on the outside of your lips, then you've got that base already. So I'm going to do that. As you can see, this stuff's good. It covers like mad. But of course, you're looking at like theatrical. This stuff is to stay on under lights and under, you know, the super heavy stuff, sweating, heat, and all that sort of stuff. So, base. I look weird. I look like Data from Star Trek. But yeah, so next will be, if it's water based, so let it dry. If not, then you'd move on to the next stage things, which would be your highlighting and contouring. Okay, so next thing you'd want to be doing would be your toning and highlighting. Now, from your base colour, you're only looking 1 or 2 steps down for your shadow, yeah, and then 1 up or 2 up for your highlight. You don't need to draw lines on your face. You don't. It's really unnecessary. Now you're going to notice I'm using a paintbrush. Paintbrushes are fabulous for makeup. So you'll be doing under your cheekbone there. Now, because this isn't a mirror, I'm going to pause the video and I will come back when I've used my mirror to show you what I do. And I'm back. So I've done the shadow on my face. Now I'm going to change the angle of this camera a little bit because the lighting isn't wonderful. So let's try and work out where it's going to be best. Probably there. So all I've done is along here to make my nose look narrower, under here, and then my jawline. So if you do go out and you have a photo taken, you've got a jawline. No matter what you do, you've got a jawline. Because usually, if I didn't have this drawn in and blended out, it would look like raw. So yeah, you get your jawline, get a thin nose. Now it depends on the shape of your face, what you do. So I could go into all that, but essentially there are several different face shapes. Some are longer, some are rounder, heart shape, oval, so on and so forth. I'd imagine most people who do makeup would know that. And it depends on where you put your shading. So I've got an oblong face pretty much, which means that my cheekbone to here is longer. If you're oval, you're one of the luckiest faces out there, because you don't really need to put that much makeup on and do contouring or anything like that. Or you've got to be careful as well is if you're already thin or getting on a bit, in some cases, you be careful how much you put under your cheekbones, because you can look like a heroin addict. So don't do that. So next thing I'm going to do is put the highlighter on. You'll be able to see roughly how that looks. Okay, so I had to move position because the lighting's really bad. So I've done the highlighting and I've done the underneath, so you can see I haven't blended it in yet, so you can see what I've done. So under cheekbone darker, over cheekbone lighter. Then the side of my nose I've subtly put the darker with not too much. Highlighter wise, you do down the centre of your nose, obviously at the top of here. On your chin you can, because if you find you get shadows here and here, just put a bit of highlighter in. For older eyes as well, put the highlighter on the inside and just over here as well. You can, obviously when you go to put your eyeshadow on as well, you can help with that, but for argument's sake, if you're just putting your foundation on just to go out, just whack some eyeliner on, just put some in there. It does make your face look a bit younger. So I'm going to blend all this in, use a fixing powder once you've done it, and then I'll get on to the next bit. Okay, so next thing you do would be your eyebrows. So that's my not done eyebrow. Right, it's light and it wouldn't show up on the photo very well. And then this is my done eyebrow. Not a massive difference, right? Because you don't need to draw them on with a marker. So all you need to do is get whatever your hair colour is, that eyebrow colour. Unless you're blonde, you can get away with like a light brown, because most people don't have blonde eyebrows unless you're proper platinum blonde. But you'd only really get away with like a light brown. Don't use black on eyebrows unless you're a black person, of course, and you've got black hair. So your eyebrow should be in line with your nose from there, and then if you were to draw a line from the nose up the edge of your eye, that's where your eyebrow should end. The arch of your eyebrow should be, I've got a bit of powder there, should be from the edge of your nose. So if you look straight ahead and put a line through the pupil of your eye, that's where your arch should be. Not eyebrow straight across or like this, or whatever other sort of concoction you're going to go for. That isn't a natural eyebrow. You're literally there, there and there. That's eyebrows. You don't draw on your skin unless you've got a scar that you want to cover up or something like that. You draw on the hair. Eyebrow powders are pretty good. I prefer a pencil personally, but obviously it's your preference and what you find easier. But yeah, so that's eyebrows. I'm going to blend that in a little better as well. Okay, so I'm back in here again now. Some of you may have seen recently I bought this lovely palette of colours for your eyes. I'm going to use them to show you where you should be putting colour on your eyes. Basic stuff though, I'm not going to go using that and making anything creative and look like a peacock. I'm literally going to show you just a basic makeup, just for day-to-day stuff. So basic stuff. What I'll do is I'll put each stage on so you can see that you're building up. Obviously, again, the mirror's there. Just so you get an idea of where you should be putting it at a basic level, and then obviously, like our lovely Dominique off my friends list, you can start looking really cool with loads of colours and loads of different vibrant kind of looks and things like that. So I'll put my first layer on and then I'll come back. So here's your mid colour. So your mid colour goes all over your lids up here, leave this, and if you want to you can put a little bit underneath, but I tend to use the dark colour for that. So I'll do the next layer, I'll do them both at the same time so you can see. But yeah, this is quite dark as a day colour, so we're doing kind of evening makeup now. Okay, again, this is a basic makeup, so don't worry if you think, oh my god, she looks like a throwback from the 90s. Yeah, obviously you can do what you want with your eyes, just a basic idea. Okay, so both the mid-tones are done on both eyes, just so you can see what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to be doing, we'll be getting the lighter tone, and that will go here, and then you do your eye socket in the darker version. So whatever your mid-tone is, wherever you decide your mid-tone is, obviously I might have gone for quite a dark one because, like I say, I was brought up in the 90s and I went to JB's. This is light for me. So I'll be using probably black in there. And you could keep your skin tone colour if you wanted to, but if you wanted to add something, maybe something glitzy or white, whatever, I'm going to use like a similar skin tone but a bit lighter, and then put the eye socket in. Now when you do the eye socket, you're looking straight at your mirror and seeing where the crease of your eye is. That is a universal way to do things. If you've got older eyes, and I've found it as I'm getting a bit older, and it kind of runs in my family as well, you get a little bit of loose skin here. Do it above the crease, because otherwise you get all sorts of weird and wonderful things happening on your eyelid. Also another good thing for older eyes as well, young eyes you can get away with anything, older eyes, if you can put a bit of shimmer in your eyeshadow, you can get eyeshadow with shimmer in it. In photos as well, it hides any lines that you might not want to be in the photo. If you don't care, do what you want. So I'm going to put my light on now, show you the eye socket thing. You'd put your mascara and your eyeliner on as normal. Last, and I'll tell you why last. When you're messing with your eyes, your top lid and your bottom lid rubbing together, and it takes it off anyway. You might as well do it when you're finished. The other thing that's quite a nice thing to do as well, again with older eyes, is your lighter colour, you can put it just underneath the mid-tone colour as well, and it brings your eyes out a bit. So I'm going to do that now, I'll be back. There we go. So that's eyeliner. Now I'm going to do a little winged thing over the top of my eyes. That just takes practice. It's a nightmare. It's the worst part of doing makeup. It's the thing that everybody gets wrong. All the advice I can give about the liquid eyeliner over the top of your eyes is start thin in the middle, as in from there, thin in line with your eyelashes. Use your pencil like there, this bit here. Start at your eyelashes, start thin, and you can get it a little bit thicker towards the end. Just don't go back wing because it looks terrible. So I'm going to do that now. Once you've done your eyeliners, then you put your mascara on. There we go. So eyeliner done, eyeshadow done, eyebrows done, and eyeliner done, as in under eyeliner. So there's some basic evening eyes. I will go ahead and do blusher and lips now. Before I go into the blusher side of things, essentially don't go crazy with it, because if it looks right on the camera, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look right to other people. Now obviously I'm the type of person who would always say enjoy your natural face and look after your natural face. This amount of makeup for me makes me want to scratch my face off. So anyway, blusher. I've seen people put it here. That's not where we blush here. So you'll be pouring it finish, I'd say. Somewhere between the highlight and the shadow that you've done, for your contour. Somewhere between there. Starting thicker at the top, working way down, makes it a bit thinner. But again, you don't want to go too mad with it. You don't walk around looking embarrassed all the time, do you? So it's just a highlight, just another way of accentuating. In fact, it's the original way that women used to contour their face. That's what blusher was for. But now you put your contour on, you don't need to get mad with your blusher. So I'm just going to do that now, and I will come back. And we're back. Okay, so there you go. Simple as that. Not too much. Starting somewhere up here, making it smooth down into a point, but not a point, obviously. You're not drawing a triangle. And then blend it out. Nice and subtle. If I can take myself over to some daylight, you can see it's heavier because it's evening makeup, because it's designed for low light situations. So if I put myself here, it doesn't look as OTT. Okay, lips next. So generally you'd use a lip liner to draw your lips out. You don't have to if you don't have any. You can just use lipstick. I'd always suggest using a lip brush to put your lip liner on, like as in when you have your lipstick. Draw that first. Start with a cross there and there, and then it's, they call it the Cupid's bow. So from the top of your point there, you draw almost like a bow, and it's the apparently attractive way in which we like to have our lips. So that's the general rule of thumb, that if we're doing photography makeup, if you see models and things like that, and when I've done photography makeup for photographers in the past, that's the technique I tend to go for. It looks nice on the camera as well, and it's pretty attractive. You get your 1940s pin-up girls, that's kind of what they're going for. So I'll put it on now, and then you'll see the full, whatever you want to call it, face. Just a quick look at the lip liner. See? Cross in the middle, keep your bows, draw around the lip at the bottom. I'll fill it in now. There you have it, finished product. It takes ages, so guys and girls moaning about their missus getting ready to go out and it's taking ages. This has literally taken me half an hour. I mean, granted, I've been making videos in between, but it's a lot of work. So if you want your lovely lady to have a face on when she goes out, then have some patience. Otherwise, of course, love your natural look, look after your skin, take your makeup off before you go to bed, and you know, just don't drink, don't smoke, blah blah blah, lots of inspirational stuff, but whatever. Here's my finished face.